I'm going to show you how you can start a hyper profitable one-person business where you can live anywhere you want, work anywhere you want, and make money online. And I want to give a huge shout out to AppSumo and Akoya for helping make this video possible, but more on them later. In this video, I'm gonna kind of share my personal experience with you to show you like I've actually done it, to give you some insights just in case you're someone that's thinking about how exactly you should start a one-person business, right? Before I started doing this whole online business stuff, I actually was working in Silicon Valley doing enterprise sales and startup sales. And then from there, I kind of realized like, hey, it's cool to work in Silicon Valley and things like that, but I want to live a life of freedom. I want to travel the world, live in different countries, live in Asia, and try to make money online. So that was the beginning, right? And then, kind of fast forward a little bit, after learning some lessons, I figured out how to make money online, basically teaching the skills that I had, which is B2B sales, which is what you're watching now, right? So the first key to making all of this happen is actually believing that it's possible, right? So I'll tell you this right now, if you're watching this, is it possible to make money online as an online business and maybe make more than you could in a corporate job? Absolutely, because I've done it myself. All you really need is the internet, software to automate some things so you don't have to always be online, a laptop, and anytime you need to do any work that you don't know how to do, you just use agencies or outsourcing, so you don't necessarily have to hire employees if you don't want to. There's nothing wrong with hiring employees, right? Nowadays, I do have employees, but in the beginning, I did start alone and it did work as well. This is a real thing and it's possible, especially with software, which automates everything, and it definitely is possible. So you just want to get that in your head that you can actually start a one-person business and make a living doing that. Now, for me, specifically in my scenario, I started with online courses. So I took a skill that I learned in the real world, which is B2B sales, selling technology and things like that, and selling consulting. And then all I really did was create online courses teaching people how to do that. There's many different ways to sell an online course, whether it's Skillshare or Udemy, or selling it on your own website, which I also do on saleslegacy.com. And this is a really way to monetize the skill sets that you already have. Now, the money you make is going to depend on the value of your skill, of course, right? Now, the key to making all that work, for me at least, is actually creating content, because that's how I got all my leads. For example, by me creating these free YouTube videos where I try to give as much value as possible without really asking for anything in return, there are gonna be some people that are like, oh my God, like I really enjoy Patrick's content. I want to figure out how to work with him. I want to see what products does he have. And then they eventually go to saleslegacy.com, which I have a masterclass on sales, and then they buy it and they're happy with it, because if they want to take their sales game to the next level, that's the place to go. But creating content is really the game, right? Whether it's you're doing Instagram content, YouTube content. YouTube is probably harder than Instagram, to be honest, but like it just depends on what you're good at. And some people are really good at writing, so maybe they're going to go really hard on Twitter or X nowadays. So creating content is key, right? Whatever medium you choose, you should probably choose what you're good at. So for me, video is something I'm very strong at, because doing presentations and sales is something that I've been doing pretty much all my life. So when I make a video, I'm pretty decent at it, whereas some other people, maybe they're not as charismatic on video and they're really good at writing or really funny, right? So whatever it is that you're good at, I would just focus on what you're good at. You don't have to force yourself to make a video if you don't want to, but for me, that works extremely well. And real quick, I want to share with you our sponsor for this video, which is going to be AppSumo, and one of their products on AppSumo is going to be Akoya. Now, Akoya is going to be something like a ChatGPT meets social media, right? And it's also verified by OpenAI, so I guess they have some type of relationship with OpenAI, making it more legitimate. You can try it for free if you want. Link is in the description. But how it works is this: if you're creating a lot of social media content, one of the best ways to create content very fast is to use AI, whether it's to create titles, hashtags, the text for your copy. It's really focused on the writing aspect of it, right? So if you have an image and you want to add text to it, why not use AI to write in the style of your voice and then put it out there, right? So it basically helps you write the content, which can also write in different languages, helps you automate the process, put it together with images, videos, and music, and schedules it all in one place, right? And of course, you're going to be able to see your analytics to make sure what's working, what's not, and to do what's more of working. It can integrate with all these different tools like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, all the social media. Now, if you're someone that creates a lot of content and you want to save a lot of time when it comes to just helping you create that content, whether it's like text and hashtags and things of that nature, you definitely want to check out this tool. The link is going to be in the description, so make sure to check that out. Now that you do create content, you build somewhat of a following, you do have a niche, and just a reminder, you don't have to be the biggest influencer out there. You don't have to have millions of followers. Even like 10,000 followers, you actually can make a lot, especially if you have different ways to monetize, which is the next part of this video, right? You got to have at least like one form of monetization. I personally don't think you need 7 passive income streams. I think you need one really good one, and then you can build the other ones later, but that one good one actually will take your game to the next level, right? One of the monetization routes that I personally have is going to be saleslegacy.com, right? So when I do B2B sales videos, which you might see on this channel, a lot of people who are interested in getting a sales job or generating more business for their company, they go to saleslegacy.com, watch the masterclass, and then if they like what they see, they can buy the course, right? Basically, if I just keep creating content and I say, hey guys, if you're interested in learning more, check out saleslegacy.com, then they automatically just buy the course, and this whole automation flow that happens. And then, every month there are people that buy the course, right? So all I really have to do is create content, feed everybody to this landing page. And then from there, I'm able to generate revenue. You don't have to always do an online course, right? Like I can also offer one-on-one consulting services, or I can do B2B sales training for companies, right? There's many different things I can do to monetize. I just choose online courses, but for you, it may be different, right? So like if you're super good at video editing and you make these video editing videos, maybe people will hit you up and be like, hey, can you edit my videos? And you might charge per client for something like that. Or maybe you're a designer, or maybe you're a coach, or whatever the case is, and you can do one-on-one stuff. That's totally okay too. And a lot of times you can make a lot of money doing that as well. But the main key here is that I would just keep it simple. Like the more services you offer, the less chance you're going to be the best at what you do. So I would just pick one thing that you feel makes a lot of money. A lot of people need this service, and then you make content to attract the ideal customer to funnel into somewhat of a landing page or some way to book a time on your calendar if that's the way you go, and then sell them that one thing. I would just make that one thing extremely sharp, make as much money as you can from there, and then move forward if you want to offer different offerings, right? So create content, one form of monetization, and that's pretty much it. And if you're trying to run a one-person business, you want to keep it simple, like literally keep it as simple as possible, because there are many one-person businesses that can make $1 million a year selling one product or service. So next step here, when it comes to that one-person business, is you create your own content, right? But the next step to juice it up is actually to go on other people's podcasts or interviews, right? So essentially how it's going to work like this: you create content, you have a brand, you have monetization, you're making money. Now that people are kind of interested in what you're doing, you go on different podcasts to capture their audience and just share what you're doing. And then from there, naturally, other people are going to be interested in you, and they're going to check out your channel and all that stuff, check out your website, give you their email. Eventually, some of them will become customers. So as a one-person business, one of the easiest things you can do is just hit people up, do interviews. And I've done like AMAs and interviews before for other things. And that is a very powerful way to get your name out there, right? And it's kind of easy because once you kind of know what you're doing and you have client success, you just go there and talk about what you did. And that's one of the hacks when it comes to just growing your audience very quickly without having to like grind out content. It's just literally going on a podcast and just talking. You'll notice like other people, if you start Googling like how to start a solo entrepreneur business or whatever, right? The $1 million one-person business, you'll notice that what they do is that they have a service, they create content, they go on interviews, they talk about it, more people want to learn more about what they do, and that's essentially their business. So you want to keep it as simple as possible and just create content and offer something really good and sell that thing and just go on interviews. That's pretty much the name of the game right now when it comes to that one-person business. I'm sure the model will evolve in many different ways. That's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next one.